Okay, we are here now to talk about the word edit, which is the last word of week 7 of level 4. In other words, the last word that many seniors will ever see in their lives as Escuela Popular students. You should be proud of that. So edit is a verb. It is to prepare a piece of writing, a book, etc., to be published by correcting mistakes, making improvements to it, etc. So you guys all do this. I know when you write your essays, you don't just do one version. You go back and you fix mistakes and you make improvements. Many of you spent hours and hours and hours and hours editing your speeches, right? Making them better, making them better, making them better. That's the process of editing. To edit is the verb. So, and here's a sentence. It is a lot of work for a book editor to edit a whole book. So there are a lot of word families for this one. So an editor is the second word family. Editor is a person, can be a person who edits. So for a book editor, it's a person who edits a book, fixes mistakes in the book, makes improvements to the book. Editor is also a word for the boss of a newspaper or the boss of a magazine. That's another meaning of editor. So not necessarily just fixing mistakes, but also the editor of a newspaper actually is the boss. So he or she makes all the choices, like what is going to go into this newspaper? What are we writing about? What is, who are we going to investigate a politician or not? Stuff like that. Editors make those decisions. They are the boss of the day-to-day workings of the newspaper or magazine. The first word family, edition, that is one version of a book. So you have different editions of a book. Each edition means like they edited it again. They went through it again and fixed it and made it better, and now they say we have a new edition. And you'll discover in college, they like to do this sometimes when there isn't really anything to fix. It's just that if they have a new edition, they can make everybody pay $200 for the new book instead of once the old used books start getting available and they're cheaper, then the publisher goes, wait a minute, we need to make people start paying too much money for our college books again, and they make a new edition. And sometimes it's needed and sometimes it's not, but unfortunately it's the way it is, especially with college books. College books are ridiculously expensive, and they have lots of editions. And editors work hard making those new editions. Let's keep going through the word families. So an editorial is another noun. That is a very specific thing. That's an article showing the opinion of a newspaper editor, and the newspaper editor is the boss of the newspaper. And it's an opinion about a political issue. So newspapers write editorials about all kinds of issues. They might write about, right now, especially in the political campaign, they're going to be writing a lot about which candidates to support. And newspapers make decisions. Editors of newspapers, bosses of newspapers make decisions. If you look at the San Jose Mercury News, they endorse, which means they say we support different candidates for your local offices. They write editorials and they say this is the best candidate for city council. This is the best candidate for mayor. Although the mayor's not running this year. But so editorials are articles showing the opinion of newspaper editors. Editorialize, if you see eyes, isar, that's a verb. Editorialize, to write an editorial. And edit, noun, going back to fixing mistakes, a noun and edit is a correction, a fix, when you fix a mistake. Some synonyms for edit. Rewrite, rephrase, or revise. You see re in all of those. That means again, right? Because editing is going back. Usually the basic definition of it is correcting mistakes. So going back, fixing it, making it better. Emend is another way to say to fix mistakes and make something better. Okay, and we have finally our sentence with related to essays, related to English class. It is essential to edit an essay before you turn in the final draft. And that is it. That is the last vocab video of the year for English 4, week 7. Thank you very much.